So viewers, this is Oyeka Amara Kate, the SSA IGR, and we are bringing you one of your favorite programs, courtesy of Anambra State Internal Revenue Service. It is Tax Insight Monday, and I'm not alone in the studio. So I'm right here today in the studio with Eberechukwu Ezekigbo. She is the Zonal Coordinator, Anambra Central, and basically we'll be talking internal affairs, how her zone has fared in the last few years. You hear directly from her. And if there are new changes, you also get to know. So stay with us, don't go anywhere. Yes, on Tax Insight Monday, we do a whole lot of things, which I know our viewers and subscribers might have seen in the last few months, where we talk about the affairs across all other MDAs, we bring business owners, and we also look internally to look at our processes and our systems to see how we can gradually serve you better and ensure that that continuous improvement is what our focus is on. And today we are talking internally, like I've said, and I'm with one of the most brilliant. I consider her one of the most brilliant, yet gentle. Eberechukwu, you're welcome.
Good morning.
So today, sometimes I see in the comments where people say, oh, give us more tax enlightenment. Yes, I know it is the taxpayer's right and it's our responsibility to constantly, from time to time, give them the key information that they need to ensure that their compliance is not stressful and is seamless. You happen to be the Zonal Coordinator, Anambra Central. In Anambra State, we have 3 senatorial zones: Anambra Central, Anambra North, and Anambra South. And you hold that position, which for me, I consider very critical, right? Because this is where our home is.
Yeah.
Even given the beauty that has come into Okatu, the lighthouse, and that vibrance that in the recent times that we have experienced. So how has it been managing the central zone with respect to taxes? You are a mini chairman, if I would say that, yes, in your own rights and responsibilities, you're a mini chairman commanding things at that end. So how's the journey been so far?
Okay, so far, I wouldn't lie to you, it has been wonderful. There have been so many positive changes, here and there. Okay, because taking for instance, some years past, I won't lie to you, most of our jobs have been done in head office, But this time around now, yes, people can easily walk into all our tax offices across the Anambra Central to do their, tax assessments, payments, whatever, ask questions, then lay their complaints when actually, because definitely there must be 1 or 2 complaints on her and whatever it is. So far, the journey so far has been on a positive side, so I think, there are so many changes.
But I know that somehow too, not to sound too, as if we're giving so much credit to ourselves, but I know that gradually we have improved with the way that technology serves us to do the work and serve our taxpayers.
Yes.
I remember that it could have been that if somebody wanted a TCC, and maybe the person fills some manual forms, and maybe you bring the manual forms to head office and all of that. So I must believe that our taxpayers feel much more ease now.
Of course.
In dealing with you people. So what are those key areas where we have experienced those tremendous ease?
Comfortable, you can even file your return online. Even our under tax enlightenment, you don't actually because we have our Facebook there, our media outlets there, which people can go into and get to know ARS more without face-to-face interaction with even those of us in our station. So you can log into our Facebook, Instagram, get to know whatever you want to know about ARS, and also you can make use of our ask me questions line. Then phone them, ask them any questions you want, they will answer you. So that's has been the journey so far. It's not just only on TCC. No.
And then has revenue improved from your ends?
Yeah, of course, because like I said before, since within this regime, the outstation, we have actually been given that how will I say it? If I say it in Igbo, I say topolon keto. So because we have actually been given that free hand to work, that's encouragement, It's not like when you give somebody a job to do and you back the person up.
So he brings up his or her initiative.
Yes, of course, we have been given that free hand to work, okay, this is the work we are expecting from you people. Then you guys go there and do the work. And that also has helped us because you know that you are fully in charge So you take it off from there,
I see.
and start doing the job. That's
I see.
it, yeah.
I mean, it's a good progress.
Yes.
And for me, I think it's in the right direction.
Of course it
Because
is.
if you check completely everything that we do as a single agency, you know that is the drops from all the locations, from all the central. So I would say so far so good.
Yeah.
But then the major information that we want to put out there is in favor of taxpayers. They are our guys.
Yes.
If they are not paying their taxes, we will not be here.
Yes.
They are the reason why we have this job.
Yes.
They are the reason why that the government have some monies to do the work. So what are those critical issues that taxpayers have faced over time within your zone that have seen resolved or almost resolved?
Okay, one of the critical issues I will talk about is, the issue of, at times, people have problems. They encounter problems whether to generate unseen, or whether to file returns, or whether we are to make payments, and then, like I said, you ask them to go to head office to solve that problem. One, if you look at our Anambra setup, that most of our taxpayers are businessmen, and the one thing that is critical to them is time. So, but in this dispensation, you find that, like I said before, people can easily go to any tax stations and get all these issues that get it resolved.
To create a sin.
Yes.
To file returns.
Maybe even the new. It's not new actually, but the end thing now, upload.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't need to go to head office to do it. Just walk to any of our tax stations.
Oh, really?
Everything that you need, whether it's upload, whether it's payee to file payee return, or any complaint you have, that kind of thing. At times, this complaint of, most of the time people say, okay, I register for a sin and I want to make payments, I can't even find it again.
Yes.
So just walk into any tax stations, you get it resolved. Then in a situation where maybe it's not resolved, then the tax station manager will now take it up to the zonal head, then who tries to resolve the problem.
Yes.
Then if it's still not being resolved, then we cannot escalate to head office.
Yeah.
So what the good thing in this regime is that most issues now can be resolved in the outstations.
Yes.
Then at most zonal offices.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And you are the zonal officer there,
Yeah.
zonal coordinator.
Yes.
So people, you can see that it's no longer business as usual.
Yes.
Where one person is the commando, and if that person is not around, nothing works.
Yes.
At ARS, we have splitted the work, decentralized
Indeed,
it.
yes.
That is the one single word. Where at any location at all, you can resolve your asset issues, you can file your payee returns or your own personal annual returns, you can be assisted to make your payment, you can get clarifications about anything at all that you are not clear about. And one of the moves that ARS has made in the last few months too was to ensure that AppLock has come into full implementation. At the initial takeoff, it was looking as if there were some set of people coordinating it.
Yes.
But now, even at the local tax offices, you can make inquiries and make payments for your AppLock. Viewers, we're going to be looking out for your comments, your further inquiries, which I might likely bring her back to put clarifications to, or maybe now get your answers and put it back to the taxpayers to see. But we'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with this conversation. Stay with us. Yeah, viewers, you're welcome back from this short break. Right here in the studio, you can see that we're enjoying our coffee. And one of the most important things that we have promised you at Anambra State Internal Revenue Service is tax enlightenment. It is your right, and we will never ever deny you that. I still have with me in the studio Eberechukwu Ezekigbo. She is the Zonal Coordinator, Anambra Central. And as brilliant as she is, she's one young woman within the office that I admire for her hard work, for her level of professionalism and how she's able to drive the people that she works with. Ma, thank you for still sharing your time, because I know that once you dash out of the studio now, okay, it's fine. So what are those new developments that you want to put out there for our taxpayers to be aware of?
Okay, one of the things that we really want our taxpayers in the Anambra to know is this. Our filing, as in filing our annual return, whether under pay as you earn or individual filing, the rate is still very, very low. And I want Anambra to know that this time around, especially in 2026, is not going to be as usual, that because one of the reasons is that the penalty for filing has actually gone up.
Yeah.
Then, so I really encourage us to, turn up and file our returns. For pay as you earn, we file your returns on or before 31st of January of every year.
Yeah.
Then for personal income tax, then you file your return on or before 30th of March every year. And like I have been saying before, all our tax offices across the state, we are always ready there to help. People can come in, then we'll help them if you cannot be able to do so.
Yes, because I was just wondering that filing your annual returns is a self-service.
Yes.
What I mean by self-service is it's your thing to do, it's your responsibility to do it, and the system is there to, prompt you and assist you to do it to the end. But if you are not able to do it, I believe that your officers are willing.
Yes, of course,
they
are.
But then again, I'm also thinking that part of the reasons why some kind of compliances are still low is this issue of annual returns. Our people should not think that once we file the annual returns, I don't know the impression that they have, but you have put it out there. Yeah. They can be assisted. I mean, come and say, I want to file my annual return as an individual. Now, in 2026, for those of us who are civil servants, and you say you belong to a certain MDA, please come and still file your annual return as a person, because that is what the law stipulates. As much as you work for the government, the government is the one doing the deductions for your payee and remedy. But it is still your responsibility to file your annual returns as an individual.
Yes.
Make your declarations and take your statutory allowances. Okay. This issue of NIN has been up now and somehow running. Talk about it and let our people hear.
Okay. That's okay. Now, the new thing is that if you are going to do unseen, even if you have done unseen, you have registered for your unseen, then you need to do updates, because now we tie NIN that's to our unseen, and that is kind of to personalize it, make it a personal thing. Now your unseen is a personal code also to you. So, and that's the beauty of it. When you tie it to NIN, which also is a personalized number to you, that's the beauty of it. And also now that number has to know that like the president just newly announced, 2026, no tax ID, no bank. For you, that is it. So that is it.
But so that means that if I have my ASIN, say for example, I have my ASIN, but my ASIN is not yet tied to my NIN to give me that unique identification.
Yes.
So there has to be that automation,
of course,
or that measure that will allow my NIN to be tied to my ASIN and make it unique to me. And our taxpayers can get that service from any of your locations.
Of course, any of our offices.
Okay. A lot of times too, taxpayers will mention some locations and say, some people are going around in the name of enforcement and asking us to pay penalties for late payment or default. Speak to that, because it's one of the critical issues that we currently hear about that experience. So
in the Anambra, the truth is that by law there is a penalties we pay for default when we don't pay on time, when we don't file on time. But in AIRS, every payment must be paid into bank. Whether you are paying for your taxes, whether you are paying for levies, whatever you are paying for.
Or for default.
For default, that is the one we call enforcement fee. That's in a local language. It must be paid into bank.
Into the system.
That is into the system, because ARS is fully digitalized this now,
Yes.
and then also in line with the governor's directives and also his own projects. He wants a digitalized state.
Yes.
So these days there is nothing manual about ARS. Please, I really want to encourage in the Anambra, please, anybody that asks you to pay cash, it's not our staff. And you that is doing that, you're on your own. Because I want us to hear it now. Everything about ARS is now.
Because when you walked into the studio, I saw something that looks like an ID card. You might just flash it.
Yeah.
I always emphasize that because yes, it just helps you to ensure that
ID
the people you are dealing with are recognizable people. Worst case, when they approach you, snap their ID card. Just, for the sake of clarity, to be sure that the people you are dealing with are from Anambra State Internal Revenue Service. Mr. Governor will always say, no more ifs and buts. It must be it. If it's not it, then it's not for us. So the monies they are paying, if it's not going into the right channel, using maybe your ATM card or going to the bank or using other means of payment.
And the account number must also be official account number, not a person.
If you want to pay money and the name is showing my name or showing her name, please, you're only trying to dash us money. Any money you're paying that is in the name of an individual, you are indirectly just saying you want to do charity. Okay, ma, we appreciate you. We want to keep it as quick as possible because time is money, they say. But then let taxpayers know your location, all the stations under you, and I will always say our doors are open.
Yes.
Monday to Friday, our doors are open, but let them know where the locations are.
Okay, for those of us in Anambra Central, then our zonal office is located at Amobia, at the back of CPS. That's our zonal office. And also there we have a Oka 1 tax station. Then also we have our offices at Awada. We have 2 offices at Awada actually. One at Main Awada or Refite. Then we have another one at Uguaba. We have at Neini inside the secretariat. Then we have at Upo secretariat also. Then we have another one at Ogidi secretariat. Then we have another one at Mpo along Linka Road. Then we have another one at New Market. If you are from Junction down to going to Omoba side, in the Kwasompo side. So you can, all our offices are scattered across
it. I see. Yes. But then you mentioned a lot, but can you say that to a reasonable extent, this number of stations that we have within the central are serving our people better? Or you think there's a need for us to add 1 or 2 more stations in other locations?
Okay, actually, the ones we have are serving, but there is still need
for expansion.
Of course, we always want some more now.
Yes, but the honest truth is, wherever you are within the central,
of course,
you can easily reach.
Of course, wherever you are at central,
we must thank you. We must thank you for the great work, because if you ask 10 people for review and 8 people or even 7 people are saying this person is doing well, then generally that person is doing well. You are doing so well. We are proud of the work that you are trying to put in at the central level. Well done. What is your final word? It pays to pay your tax. If you don't say that, then you're not working for ARS. So your final words.
My final word is in the Anambra. Let's do this job together. ARS alone cannot do it. Mr. Governor cannot do it alone. ARS cannot do it alone. But together, we must get there and we must make Anambra not better, best. Yes. And it's doable. Thank you.
That is it. Viewers, I'm sure that you have enjoyed this edition that we speak to you about our internal affairs at Anambra State Internal Revenue Service. Until come your way again, stay with us. It is Tax Insight Monday. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.